Now, I often wonder what life must be like on other planets, and what the space aliens and the people are like, and what happens after you croak. And I once had a dream that I transitioned into my next lifetime, and the world had its challenges, and there was some bullshit to deal with. So it wasn't a perfect world, but it was a much better world than this world. And so I have a belief that you definitely go on to a better world after you croak, but there is one commandment you must obey. And that commandment is, thou shalt not be an asshole. You break that commandment often enough, everyone breaks it, no one's perfect. The more you break it, the less likely you are to go to that better world. But most people are not ready for that perfect world. Then again, I hear stories about people who claim that they have croaked, and they experience going through that tunnel of bright light, bright white light, and it seems so beautiful. But did they really go through that tunnel of white light in that beautiful place, or was it something misfiring in their brain to create the illusion that what was happening as that person was dying? And speaking of dreams, I've had quite a few interesting ones. I once had a dream that I was going through Chicago, and Chicago was surrounded by these beautiful mountains. What the fuck? Chicago doesn't have any mountains. And then I had a dream that it snowed in Florida, and there were 3 inches of snow in Palm Beach County, 2 inches in Broward County, and 1 inch in Miami. But that never happened because Florida fucking sucks. And then there was a time that I had a dream that I ate at Old Country Buffet in the Mall of America. But the Mall of America doesn't have any all-you-can-eat buffets, and that really fucking sucks. And I know most of the Old Country buffets have closed recently, and I'm fucking pissed off about that. That's a whole nother topic. I once had a dream that my father was going to punish me by making me engage in an S&M sex act while beating me with whips and chains. Now, nothing like that ever happened, thankfully. Now, I never told my father that I had a dream like that, but someone did but if someone told me that if I told my father about that dream, he would have ended up having a heart attack. And I once had a dream that I was horny, and I ended up having sex with the cat. And I told my mother about that. And she told me that I'm weird. Well, I can't help what I have dreams about. But I hate to disappoint you, but I have no desire to stick my dick in the pussy. The point that I'm trying to make is that dreams distort reality, and I don't know what they mean. Still, I'm desperately hoping that life on other planets is better than the way that it is on this one. And I'm hoping that the schools are better, in which kids are taught to learn with their unique learning style instead of the way that it is on this shithole planet, where everyone has to be forced into a one-size-fits-all mentality, along without any bullying, bringing an end to bullying from assholes in schools and those conformist fucking pieces of fucking filth. And uniqueness is valued instead of most people being your common brain-dead, chicken shit conformist asshole. Then how about a planet that has better jobs, in which people are rewarded for their unique talents and skills instead of the way that it is on this planet, with this brutal, cutthroat, money-grubbing bullshit, and where the biggest interest in corporations is how productive someone is, which fucks over those who ain't productive, and also really fucks over those who ain't creative. I mean that are creative, and having to look for a job has turned into a total ulcer-inducing nightmare of fucking bullshit, in which people have to compete for jobs that they can't fucking stand for very little pay. That is why I'm so glad that I'm collecting disability. And furthermore, all these agencies that are supposed to help you find a job is nothing more than a bunch of total fucking bullshit, in which they place very few people on any jobs. Now, there are some signs that things may be changing for the better, thanks to the massive increase in the number of people with Asperger's syndrome and people on the autism spectrum. Although people on the autism spectrum have been around for at least a couple hundred years, if it wasn't for people on the autism spectrum, we would still be living in caves. It's people with Asperger's who have the imagination and vision. If it weren't for people on the autism spectrum, there would be no electricity, no computers, and no television. Then again, most of what you see on television is a bunch of fucking bullshit. So I think that maybe we would have just been better off without it. Now, people are showing some signs of waking up because the ratings on all mainstream news channels have plummeted. But people still are fixated on who will win the football game, and they have nothing else to talk about with their friends because they're a bunch of stupid apes. As disgusted as I am with humanity, I'm still interested in what this world would be like, and or could be like, and I like to learn about who really owns and controls this planet. And it ain't even the politicians, but it's the bankers and the corporate conglomerates who pay the politicians off, who put them in power with all the weak-minded, stupid assholes that most people are, who are unaware of what is really going on. Many of the people who run and own and control this planet like to hang out at a place called Bohemian Grove. And if you've never heard of Bohemian Grove, it's a place where our world leaders hang out. They fuck gay prostitutes while they worship Satan, and they listen to cool Halloween music. The cremation of care ceremony takes place at Bohemian Grove every year, as our global leaders engage in their mocking and sacrifice while they worship an ancient owl called Moloch. And a lot of the men who hang out at Bohemian Grove are conservative Republicans who like to brag about what good born-again Christians they are. But I don't remember Jesus using cremation of care as part of his agenda. And then what they do there, it's not just the occult, but it is black magic to the extreme. But these people have put people like Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Mao Zedong in power. So why should there be anything to get alarmed at? And I've heard that song about Hotel California by the Eagles, and it might be about Bohemian Grove. That certainly causes that song to be a lot more interesting. I'm fascinated by the gay prostitutes at Bohemian Grove. And people like Henry Kissinger and Arnold Schwarzenegger are members. And when Alex Jones stuck in the Bohemian Grove, and my opinion of Alex Jones is plummeted, that's a whole other topic. But he saw a picture of Henry Kissinger being bent over while he was wearing women's panties while he was about to stick his finger up his ass. You can't make this stuff up. And if I was a prostitute, I would consider sucking Henry Kissinger's dick if he paid me $1 million. But there's a strong chance that it would cost me to blow out chunks of vomit. And can you imagine a gay prostitute fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in the ass? Thinking about that gives me, thinking about a man fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in the ass gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. And I'm willing to bet that Arnold Schwarzenegger makes a lot of loud moaning sounds when a man fucks him in the ass. It's the people who hang out at Bohemian Grove who decided to put cancer viruses and vaccines in. But we should just trust them. And do vaccines cause autism? I come to the conclusion that vaccines do cause autism, but that's not the only thing that causes it. And vaccines cause people to have low-functioning autism, so they are incapable of even being able to function, as it's those who have the high-functioning autism who have the unique gifts and talents. And are there secret societies like Bohemian Grove on other planets? On a better world, but not a perfect world, there probably is. But the higher the consciousness that people have, the less severe things like that are, because people with higher levels of consciousness won't put up with that kind of shit. Now, let's see, down to about 12 minutes left.